Founded in 1973 with a small fleet of Dassault Falcon jets, FedEx grew rapidly after the 1977 deregulation of air cargo. This allowed FedEx to use larger aircraft, such as the Boeing 727. Well, today FedEx operates 666 aircraft, including 19 of the Boeing 727s, as well as Airbus A300s and A310s, McDonnell Douglas MD-10s and MD-11s, Boeing 757s and 777s, and very soon brand new 767s from Boeing. While leveraging its unmatched air route authorities and extensive air-ground infrastructure, Federal Express connects markets in more than 220 countries within just 1 to 2 business days. These markets comprise 90% of the world's economic activity. This Boeing 727-200, registration November 485 Fox Echo, serial number 21488, was manufactured in August 1978 for Braniff Airways. In June of 1990, I took delivery of this aircraft from Braniff, and until just last month, she's been faithfully hauling packages for Federal Express. So, after 12 years in passenger service at Braniff and 23 years in cargo service at FedEx, in those 35 years, this aircraft has accumulated 44,062 flight hours and 30,361 landings, including its final flight here to Albuquerque. At FedEx, we have the tradition of naming our aircraft after the children of employees, and that is why you will note the name Kirsten on the side of the aircraft. Kirsten is the daughter of Perry Short, who retired in 2010 after 25 years of service in our sales group. Kirsten was age 5 when she learned that an aircraft had been named after her, and when you have coffee and cookies, you'll see a picture of Kirsten with the airplane in the old FedEx paint scheme back in 1990. She obtained her degree from the University of Memphis. Kirsten, now 27, has 2 children of her own, lives in Memphis. She's a teacher. She's working on her master's degree in education. Well, as a brief historical note, you know, back in 1978-79, when we began replacing the original FedEx Cargo Falcons with 727-100 freighters, which incidentally carried 5 times the payload of the Falcon. Now, we all wondered, how in the world are we going to fill all these airplanes up? Well, the FedEx 727 fleet grew to over 200 aircraft, the world's largest 727 fleet. So the venerable Boeing 727 has served as the backbone of the Federal Express domestic fleet for the past 35 years. A marvelous airplane. FedEx's aircraft donations program dates back to 1995 as we began phasing out some of our older 727s after many of the aircraft were sold and some retained for parts to support our existing fleet. The question was raised, what to do with the remaining aircraft? Well, after a request came in from the FAA's Atlantic City Research Facility for us to donate an aircraft for their studies on aging aircraft, a donation sounded like a pretty good idea. Since that time, we have received more than 300 requests for aircraft. The second donation went to the Children's Museum of Memphis, where the nose section of an aircraft was incorporated in a hands-on video simulation for takeoff and landing, and the children just love it. Well, after that, the program was off and running. It is now in full swing, and to date, we have donated more than 66 of the 727 aircraft slated for retirement. We have a mix of recipients, all educational in nature, the museums to spark the aviation interest in youth, the A&P schools, so the aircraft technicians can have real hands-on experience, and also because FedEx hires its employees from these schools, and airport fire departments and law enforcement agencies so we can all fly a little safer. This aircraft donation symbolizes the community spirit of FedEx Express and its employees. That spirit is one of sharing and giving back where we can in all communities, large and small, where we live and work. So whether it's an important package, or in this case an aircraft, we deliver to a community that we call home. We are honored to be able to help. We are equally proud to provide a tool that will be an important part of the technical training for this airport training program. It is my hope, it is the hope of FedEx, that this aircraft provides the critical hands-on training that is essential to the skill sets of the next generation of emergency responders, and also in its role as an interpretive and learning center for the children of Albuquerque. It is through this donation, similar to other donations we have made through the years, that we are continuing our excellent track record of support for education. Our role in the success this aircraft brings to its students is modest to the contribution these same students will make to their communities and places of work in the near future. Our message, however, is as bold as the aspirations they bring to their chosen craft. It's a message that by working together, we can make good, positive things happen. And before closing, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the many FedEx people locally and in Memphis who were instrumental in making today's delivery possible, and to thank the leaders of Albuquerque Sunport and local officials for the coordination effort required to place the donated aircraft here today. Again, it is with pleasure that FedEx Express is here to share this unique occasion. Our best wishes are with the airport and to its many fine first responders, and to the children who will soon have a chance to enjoy this aircraft. Now, Mayor, if I had a set of keys, I'd give them to you. Daniel, if you can help me out. First, let me say thank you, sir. First, let me say on behalf of our chairman, Fred Smith, and the more than 300,000 team members of FedEx, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this aircraft.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. That's great.
Train well.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thanks so much. Well, David, thank you so much, and thank you to the entire team at FedEx. We were talking earlier, and as a mayor, I'll tell you, it means a lot to you when you have a company of the caliber of FedEx Express and Federal Express in your community. These are great jobs. They mean so much to our community. They mean so much for logistics around the world. It's just a really great honor to have you as part of our community to start with. So I want to say thank you very much again. I was telling David earlier, and I told you wrong. I said I've been the mayor for almost 4 years now, and this is actually the third jet that I've received as a gift. It's the only full-size one. The other two were the size of the one that I got from David earlier. So this is absolutely amazing. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. Rob Perry is my CAO, but the Chief Administrative Officer at the City of Albuquerque, and that means he's in charge of the daily operations, personnel, contracts, purchasing, and all of those things. And I got a call from Rob, and his office is just next door, but he buzzed me up and he said, I've got a deed on my desk for an airplane, for a jet. And he didn't know what it was, and he said it was a Boeing 727, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to Jim yet. And I said, wow, who's giving us that? And so anyway, it's been a surprise every step of the way. But as David said, this is a meaningful gift to the city of Albuquerque for a number of reasons. First of all, I think we have one of the finest airports in the country. The Albuquerque International Sunport is absolutely a sense of pride for our community. It's an absolutely fantastic front porch for our city. We've got Jim Hind and his entire staff that's here today. If you're here with the airport, I mean, there's a bunch of you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're here to the Sunport. Just give these guys a round of applause. As I'm traveling around the country trying to do economic development, bring jobs to Albuquerque, and talk about tourism, consistently people talk about the Albuquerque International Sunport as being one of their favorite airports to fly in and out of. We have our new ambassador corps. We talked to some of our great ambassadors earlier today. So it just really speaks highly of us, the fact that we have this great facility and this great crew out here. But we also want to make sure we're absolutely one of the safest airports in the country. And the donation of this 727 is going to allow us to do emergency response training, which is so vitally important. And I know that we have folks from, who's here from Kirtland Air Force Base? Anybody here? Anybody here from Kirtland? I saw a couple of their trucks out here earlier. I think those were. they must have taken off. But they help us with the emergency management out here as well. So the fact that we have this facility, this new, I call it a facility, I guess, this new aircraft to train on, but also then to engage the imaginations of our young folks in our city, to get them in a position where they can put their hands on a real live airplane, a real live jumbo jet, if you will, to sit in the cockpit, to actually get in and touch it and feel it and really get the sense of what it means to be in an aircraft like this. I think it's going to do many, many great things for our children. It's, as I said, it's going to give them an opportunity to see what it looks like, and I can only imagine some of the great things that are going to come out of this from an educational standpoint. So we're just absolutely thrilled, and I know David's going to give us a tour in just a few minutes, but once again, thank you so much to FedEx Express for doing what you're doing. Thank you for this great donation. We will absolutely put it to good use, and we want you to come back and David, and visit the aircraft, and once we get it all ready and start giving tours, we'd love to have you come back into our city, and we'll show you what we're doing with it.